And that's kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that would happen if you leave holes in the ground and you put a building on top of the hole. The building would just fall into the hole. Oh, sinkholes! Sinkholes happen in real life too. Those are scary. Like all of a sudden, a massive hole just appears underneath your house, and your entire house just falls into the hole. That sort of thing happens. Sometimes there are natural caves in the ground, and that's you don't know about them, and then you just build your house, and then your house falls into a cave. That happens, but in other places it also happens because there might be mining, or like they might extract petroleum or natural gas out of the ground, or they might just be mining under your house, and like they don't reinforce the place properly, and then so your whole house just falls into a hole. The whole thing collapses under its own weight, and then your whole house falls into it. So sometimes it's natural, but sometimes it's artificial. Also, if you extract water out of the ground as well, the ground can shrink. So there's water in the ground, right? So under the ground, there's a water table under the ground. That's where like the ground is not, it's not solid. Well, I mean, it's solid, but it's not that solid. And so there's water in the ground in a lot of places. And when you pump water out of the ground, well, then the ground kind of dries up and shrinks because the water's gone. And so then the shrinkage can also cause sinkholes to happen. You should look up sinkholes. They're terrifying. Let me just do that. Let me just pause here. Go to Google image search. I'm gonna go sinkhole, one word, and images. Wow, terrifying. Holy crap, that's terrifying. You should do that. Just take a break from the video and just type sinkhole in the Google image search. It is terrifying. Cause you don't know, right? I guess if you get a proper ground penetrating radar and survey underground under your city, maybe you'll find this stuff. But usually people don't do that. I mean, there's ground penetrating radar available, that technology, where you just kind of turn a radar into the ground and you can like map underground. So that's kind of interesting, that technology. But if you don't do that, then you don't know if there's a giant cave underneath your city. Or even if you do that, a cave can still form underneath the ground, right? Because caves, basically when there's water underground, sometimes they'll wash out a cave. Just like a river on the surface of the ground will carve a valley over time because the water washes away all the dirt. Slowly washes away the dirt until it kind of carves a river. So that happens underground as well. And then caves can form over time. So like if you survey the ground now and you say, oh, that looks pretty solid, you can come back like 50 years later and there'll be a cave there. That's possible. So I guess you have to constantly survey the ground. So maybe like every 5 years, do a ground penetrating radar mapping under your city just to see what's going on. People don't seem to. I never heard of anyone doing that. Maybe we should do that. We should just map the underground under all the cities because you don't know, right? And people assume that the ground is solid because it seems solid. Like when you go outside, you go for a walk, you're standing on the ground and you're like, I don't know, it seems solid, it seems legit. I don't know, right? Like, but the ground is not as solid as people think, especially over long time periods. The ground is actually fluid over long time periods. Like, landslides happen. What is a landslide? A landslide is a piece of the ground turning into liquid and moving downhill is what a landslide is. And that's the ground. The ground that you think was solid after a heavy rainfall turns into liquid, moves downhill, and then turns back into solid, and you're like, wow, the ground just moved. So you can't, like, you don't want to assume the ground is going to stay solid forever because it doesn't stay solid forever. Every now and then it will move. And of course, there's earthquakes, right? So I don't know. I think people get used to it feeling solid, and then they assume that it's going to be solid, and that can be dangerous, especially if you go back to Google image search and you look at those pictures of sinkholes, and those are pretty scary. Which, comes back like if you back to Minecraft. If you're suggesting that I should just leave a hole in the ground, and then like put a thin layer of dirt above the hole, and you say, well, it's not going to move. Yeah, in Minecraft, it's not going to move. If it was real life, it would move. It might not move for a few years, but then there'll be a storm, and then it'll move. If it was real life. So that sort of idea, I just have an aversion to that sort of idea, right? Because it's how you create a disaster, and some disasters are created by people out of carelessness, and that's one way to create a disaster, is to assume that the ground doesn't move. So how many blocks of, how many logs do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stacks, which turns into 20 stacks of planks. I might just stop harvesting now and go do some construction work. I don't have shovels. I got a lot of axes. Why don't I make that many axes? Alright, so I got a lot of axes, but I guess I want shovels now. And we want to see how far this gets us. And also, let me just walk around. We should take the time to walk. That's coal. We need coal. We should take the time to walk around because... Oh, no, creeper. Because we want to see what we're doing. And see if we need any ideas as to how we want to build our city. So this is a relatively flat area here. So I think it makes sense to have like a town hall somewhere, a town square, a town hall, a road between the two gates at least. Town hall, town square, market, and then residential districts. Maybe behind the market, residential, and then farms in the flat area beyond there. And then as we get up the hills, there'll be like a temple up there. Gardens and temples, maybe terraces, garden terraces up the mountain. So the buildings will be down here in this flat-ish area, is what I'm thinking. Should we walk around? Oh crap. I've been trapped by a tree. Uh, should we walk around a bit more? Maybe walk around a bit more. Walking around allows us to take the time to think and maybe to get some ideas as to what we want to do. So when we flatten that, that's going to be a big flat area. It seems to make sense to have a town square near the gate. And then up here, there's like a two... So I guess there'll be buildings down there and buildings up here. Oh crap, carrying carrots again. My carrots bring all the pigs to the yard. And then we have... I want to have a garden down here and a temple up there. I was thinking maybe the temple can straddle the hills, like the mountains. Straddle across there, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. Because the mountains are further apart than I remember in my mind. But maybe we can still do it, like a massive temple straddling the two mountains. Crazy. And then I have no idea what I want to do back here. I really have no idea what I want to do back here. There's another little mountain here. But this is like my house. My house is inside this hill, right? Or is it? Yeah, well no, back there, huh? So there's another hill over here, which I don't know what to do about. No idea what we're going to do here. And then, I guess the industrial. Or I don't know what kind of industrial area we're going to have. Tree farm? The tree farm can be back here, maybe? Maybe. So like the residential, the urban stuff is there. The tree farm is here. Possibly. And then across here we have the harbor. So we have like a natural harbor back here, which we can like extend, like put a windbreak across there maybe, and across there, and I have a few ships in here. Although putting the harbor there's no room for warehouses. I guess the warehouses will have to be on both sides because this is a big mountain here. We might put like like warehouses into the slope here. Like really convert this into a really industrialized area. Right, and then this, well, that flat area there is going to be farms. So farms here, and I suppose we can have more buildings here. Maybe like less dense houses here, like farmhouses and things out here, farms over there. And then not sure what to do here. Maybe another square, but then it's kind of weird because of the squares. But we definitely beyond all of this, beyond this, we're gonna have another bridge, a much longer bridge. Maybe I should build this bridge soon. So the bridge goes from the point here straight across to that other place. So that's okay. Yeah, I mean we've got some big pieces in mind. So the harbor's there, and then there are more beaches around here. Not sure what to do about that. Maybe like a seaside resort or something around here. That'd be kind of nice. Right? Right? So like the harbor, maybe there can be like a recreational harbor here and an industrial harbor there, right? One is for cargo and freight and bulk goods, and then the other one's just for fishing and leisure boating. We can have some seaside houses here, although it's kind of steep, isn't it? Not sure what to do here. Should we climb the mountains again? So what is this? This hill. How far does this hill go? This hill goes all the way to the top. I see. I don't know. Maybe I can. I was hoping to have a temple straddle the two hills, but we're like there's a hill here, there's a hill there. That's really steep. And there's a hill there, but then it doesn't really line up, and I don't want to change the landscape too much. Bridge, bridge there, and then bridge there, a triangular bridge. Or columns. So 1 foot there, and then columns here, and the other foot on like built columns, possibly. I just want like a giant arch, like a barrel vault. Not solid, but like a series of arches across is what I was thinking. But this is kind of not the best place for it. Hmm. We can. I just need to think of something. I just need to think of a good form. And then there's like this. It's still pretty high up. I feel like maybe a palace should be here. Hmm. Like yeah, like here. And there are caves underneath too. I haven't explored any of them yet. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Again, nothing is promised. We're just thinking of ideas. No promises. Should we explore these caves at some point? We'll come back to this. All right, and then that's pretty much the whole island, right? That's pretty much the whole thing. Cool. All right. So a lot of stuff to do before we're done. I wonder how long this build is gonna take. How many months it's gonna take. All right, so let us get some shovels and maybe some pickaxes if we find anything valuable underneath the sand and the dirt, for example. And then we'll start filling this in from this side, because this is easier. But we do want the sand. Alright, so too many axes. Well, we'll keep two of them. Dirt. Let's see, we wanna do that. Keep the wood. Saplings. So you want like a pickaxe, maybe two, and then like an axe, maybe two, and then shovel the rest. How many shovels do I have? Probably not enough. We'll go with that for now. Four. Probably need more than four. We can come back. We'll come back for more shovels when we need it. And that should be everything we need for now. Okay, let's go. Um, wood and probably dirt. Well, I guess sand first. So this I don't really know about this. So I guess I want the sand to be flush with that. So put sand there. Okay, let me just think about this. Starting here. Alright, that's sandstone. Is that water behind there? No. Right, so we're gonna fill that in like that. Oh, that was 3? Oh, that probably should be sand. Oh no, we can do that. Alright, so one block back from. Alright, 3, so we go 1, 2, 3. And then we put it back, right? 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, that's actually water. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me just leave the sand underneath the stone then, at least for now. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Was that 3? I think it was. Not that it matters, because we're going to fill in this up to the level of the wall anyway. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, so we want to fill this up. Hold on, sand. So we want to fill that up to there, up to there, up to there. Let me get some wood. So that's definitely gonna be wood. And then like there and there. like that, and then we go one more. So that goes like that. And then back here, we go one up there. One up there, there. And then this just goes around to there. Right, so everything behind that we're gonna shovel out. And fill in with wood. Right, so you can't really see from this side. Actually, I needed to put the torches back. Where's the grid? Okay, I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so all of this back here, and we sand up to the top until we get to where the dirt is, and then we just kind of put the dirt across. That's the plan. Alright, cool. Alright, so all of this we're gonna wood. All of that is gonna be wood.